Guys, it's time. It's time right now to properly rip, the biggest bozo on YouTube. Number one, biggest. Now, this bozo goes by the name of Belly, right? I made a video on him yesterday, but I feel yesterday I had to take it down. I feel I didn't disrespect him properly enough, because this clown deserves the most disrespect that I can give him. Now, with this video, we're gonna go over everything, and he made a video which we're gonna react to right now, where he's crying, right? He's crying in this video because he's now getting exposed, and his people are now starting to see him for who he is, a hypocrite POS, right? So, just to give you a little background of this bozo, by the name of Belly. This clown made a video months and months ago where he explained he has about $360,000 in his portfolio, in his reveal. And he explained in that video that this bozo has been putting $30,000 a year for 14 years into VT stock, into his accounts. Now, if you do $30,000 times 14 years, you're left with $420,000. Why is he down over 60 grand? Where's all the money go? Where'd all the money go? So this bozo cannot beat a savings account, right? So investing wise, he's the bottom of the barrel. How are you not able in the last 14 years to beat a savings account? Now, because this bozo is so bad at investing over the last 14 years, by the way, we're going to get to the end of the video why I put Tesla in the title of this video. Now, we're going to get to that in the end. This bozo is so bad at investing that he had to resort to bashing everybody that ever made money on YouTube. That's what he had to resort to, because he doesn't have the courage. He doesn't have the heart. He doesn't have it in him to ever take a risk in life. All he could ever do is put his money into VT, which hasn't doubled in 5 years. In the 5-year chart, I don't know what it did in 10 years, but in 5 years, VT has not even close to doubled now. So, this bozo is so bad at investing that he had to resort to making fun of people on YouTube. Now, this bozo comes online every video. I'm a certified CPA accountant. Buy my book, it's on Amazon. I got a book, it's called Stop Being a Broke Loser. Stop being a broke loser. Now, mind you, this dude's been in the market 14 years, and he's down 60 grand. And I don't know what's this book about, but I don't know how much is this book? $8? I strongly suggest that you put that $8 into some Pokemon cards instead of this bozo's book. Buy 2 Pokemon packs, even if you don't know anything about this Pokemon stuff, instead of buying this bozo's book. That's just my suggestion to you. So now we're going to get into this video. Right, we're going to get into this video that this bozo just made, because I'm sure it kills him. It kills him that I'm exposing him now for what he really is. Now, this bozo made a Patreon. He made a Patreon last week. For the last for the last months, since I've been watching him, couple months, he continuously, non-stop preaches and makes fun of Jeremy from Financial Education for having a Patreon and having people to come on his Patreon. Continuously. If you look at all his videos, all he does is criticize people like Jeremy from having a Patreon. Now, I just want to say this. I could care less about Jeremy. Jeremy, if you're watching this, you could put my frank in your mouth. Now, let's just get right into this video.
You shills are mad at me because I want to make lots and lots of honey. Woo! Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term Boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And holy cow, so much backlash from what I thought were my loyal fans. So
There's so much backlash from my loyal fans. Do you people hear this bozo?
a lot of you think I'm turning into Jeremy Financial Education. And you think that because I'm soliciting donations to my Patreon, which you don't have to do it, okay? I'm offering nothing special to you. And
oh, really?
I also recently did a post this morning where I'm considering offering personalized accounting services to people that are interested in learning more about reading financial statements and, understanding accounting. Because a very important part of stock analysis is knowing what you're freaking looking at. Okay, you have to understand the basics of accounting.
Oh, yeah?
If you're going to have any kind of understanding of whether your stock's a good buy or not. There's obviously more to it, but...
Well, you have a lot of understanding, huh, buddy? You have so much understanding of these stocks and these numbers that you're down $60,000 in the last 14 years. So you have a greater understanding of all these financials and all these numbers because you're a CPA, right? That's how you like to talk, man. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Accounting is the foundation of stock analysis. Now, I see a lot of comparisons between me and Jeremy Financial Education. You say, well, Strongman, you're charging people money for stuff, for analysis, which I'm really not. And that's basically just like Jeremy Financial Education. Well, let me tell you a big difference between me and Jeremy Financial Education. Jeremy offers basically stock advice. He says it's not stock advice, but what he offers is, telling you to buy basically a bunch of crappy stocks. Now, what are his financial qualifications? Well, we know he worked at Walgreens. We know he took an accounting class in community college, probably got a C-. And we know he worked at a gas station. And this guy charges up to $20,000 to give people...
So, this dude that worked at Walgreens, that worked at CVS, worked at a gas station, has millions and millions and millions of dollars. He's been in the stock market probably less time than you. And he's made millions upon millions upon millions. A dude from a gas station. A dude from Walgreens. Meanwhile, you've been in the stock market longer than him. And you're missing 60 grand. And you got the nerve with your CPA degree to criticize people about what they did in their past. A dude, like I said, I could care less about Jeremy, but a dude that started from a gas station to now, by your own admission, Now he has millions and millions and millions of dollars. He's doing bad by trying to show people which stock he likes and what he's putting his money into. And trying to show people the way that are willing to take a risk. He's doing bad. Meanwhile, you, soldier boy, that has been on here for months and months and months preaching making fun of non-stop, constantly non-stop coming at people for making a Patreon and charging people for their financial advice. Now you decided to make a Patreon to teach people about some accounting numbers that have not helped you in the last 14 years. Now let me ask you this, belly boy, because we're going to get into the rest of this video and we're going to get spicy. Why, with your accounting degree, right? Your CPA degree, why do you need more money from a Patreon now? Job not paying well enough? Why did you decide to now be a grifter yourself? Because what you talk about is better than what Jeremy talks about? When Jeremy's proven to make himself millions and millions and millions of dollars. Right? Proven. We're having the worst bear market in practically history right now. But what you're doing, it's still all numbers, right? You're still trying to figure out, help people how to get stocks, right? But people should listen to your numbers and not his, right? But meanwhile, he's made millions. And you've lost 60 grand in 14 years. Let's keep going.
People, private portfolio reviews, et cetera, whatever he freaking does. And I'm sure he's lowered his prices now because he's probably just burning cash hand over fist. So that's Jeremy. He's charging up to $20,000 and he has no qualifications. Now, what am I considering offering as a private consulting service? I'm going to offer people the chance to understand how accounting actually works. And this may shock you, but I'm actually qualified to teach people accounting. Why, you may ask? Well, I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. I have a master's degree in accounting. I'm a certified public accountant. I'm a certified government financial manager. I've worked in government accounting for 3-4 years, and I've recently started working in public accounting. And I have experience doing financial accounting and tax accounting. That's right. So for you to call me a grifter because I'm offering a consulting in a service that I clearly have expertise in and that I have studied for years and years and years. I literally studied accounting for like 4 years straight. Bachelor's, master's, CPA, CGFM, and just doing work experience. But some of y'all have the audacity to compare me charging somebody, I don't know, $50, $75 an hour to teach them accounting versus Jeremy Financial Education charging people up to $20,000 a year. If you are qualified in a subject and you have studied long and hard and you actually know what you're talking about, you should 100% be compensated for your time. It makes no sense whatsoever for people to call me a grifter because I want to charge for accounting services. Now, let's think about this a little bit more. Why am I charging potentially people money for analysis?
Yeah, why?
I should just be a charitable organization, know? No, of course I want to make money.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to make money.
Everybody. Especially people down 60 grand in 14 years.
Well, I mean, that's always part of the reason. But if they say they don't care about the money at all, they're freaking lying to you. Of course I want to make money on YouTube. How do I make money?
Why do you sound so nervous?
Advertisements.
Why do you sound so nervous, buddy? You alright? Huh? Breathe a little. You're getting a little nervous there, buddy. So now, this bozo, the truth is all coming out, has been criticizing people for months and months and months of other people making money off other people by starting a Patreon. Mind you, the Brooklyn Stock Shop has no Patreon. And I don't care about Patreons, and I don't care for people that make Patreons to talk about stuff they don't know about. Right? Here at the shop, we will not have a Patreon because I really believe in that if you don't know really what you're talking about, right? If you don't know what's going to happen in the market tomorrow, if you can't say for sure the stock is going to go up, you shouldn't be paying people for anything, whether it be numbers like this guy, whether it be stock, this, that, anything to do with stocks. I'm not charging anybody. You could get it all here for free. But here, I show you guys what I'm doing. Give me a second. Hello? 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 Yeah, what's up? Why are you calling me? Miss, can you call me back? In 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. Pardon me, guys. I got Xfinity calling me. I don't know why. So anyways, this dude, right? We're not going to charge Patreons. We're not. There's a lot of bozos that do that. But you get it all for free here. Nobody on YouTube knows what they're talking about as far as these stocks. When I say knows what they're talking about, nobody really knows what's going to happen tomorrow with any of these stocks. You could have the best news. You could have the worst news. It could go up, left, right, wherever. With the best news, it could go down. With the worst news, it could go up. That's just how it is. So I'm on here not charging you guys nothing, letting you know what I'm doing. That's all we do it for. Now, but this bozo, right, that has an accounting degree, right, now has to resort to charging you, Soldier Boy, for this Patreon that he made. After months and months and months saying that people do bad who do that. Now let's try to understand this. You have an accounting degree. Why do you need YouTube, Patreons? You should be making so much money, right? You're an accountant. Now I just want to give a shout out to my little sister, sis. If you're watching this, I love you, sis. My little sister has an accounting degree, has a bachelor's accounting degree. Not in finance, but in accounting degree, right? Right after her accounting degree that she got in Brooklyn College, she went to work for Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, which is one of the big four firms, one of the top four firms in accounting. Everybody who has an accounting degree or is an accountant wants to work for one of those firms. She decided to not get her CPA license, went to work for Ernst & Young, quit Ernst & Young, getting paid great money, quit Ernst & Young because they were making her travel everywhere, right? And she got tired of the traveling. And they got another even better job where she is now, managing one of the top firms in the country, and she will never, ever need to make a Patreon. She will not need to get on YouTube to make money, 50,000 videos a day. She won't need to do it because she's good. Because with just her accounting degree, she's making more money than she will ever need. But this bozo has a CPA degree. And he's still driving in a van. His wife looks like a cow. That he had his cow wife come on the internet, make fun of people like Jeremy that make millions of dollars. Try to clown people with her cow-looking face. Right? With his CPA degree. Guys, if you drive a van, that's what you do. I drove bicycles half my life. Bicycles. You understand what I'm telling you? But this bozo, he's a CPA. He's a CPA. Why does he need to now charge you dudes money for this Patreon that he swore people do so bad for doing that? People are so bad for charging people to do that he actually made one himself. Because with his CPA degree, he's still starving. You know why? Because he's a POS of a person. You could listen to this dude and see he's a hypocrite POS with this cow-looking wife. I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video the picture again of his disgusting wife that he brought on the internet to make fun of Jeremy. Because Jeremy has a Patreon. And now this bozo is so hurt. Is so hurt that he basically just had to take a crap on all of you that's been listening. For the last year to however long he took his channel, he now had to resort to taking a crap on all of you. And forgetting what he acts like he stands for, and make this Patreon and charge you, Soldier Boy, for his numbers, his analysis, right? Because that's what everybody does here. They make Patreons or they don't. Everybody's giving their own analysis, whether it be numbers, whether it be what they feel about the company, right? It's all still stock analysis. But he had to resort to it because he's a starving POS and one of the biggest hypocrites on YouTube. This bozo's been preaching VT with the stock analysis. I got the stock analysis. I got the Patreon now. You guys can sign up or not. Donate to charity. This bozo's been preaching. Let's take a look at VT, right? So this is how you're down 15 grand. You're down by 50 grand, 60 grand. You've been dumping money onto this garbage. Look at VT. You guys can't see the trucks. $54 to $48 to $88 in 5 years. Now he says, I only risk 5% of my portfolio into Baba. Let's see what's Baba looking like. Let's see what's Baba looking like in the last, excuse me, 5 years. That's Baba. Right? So if you've been listening to this bozo, Baba went down from $315 to now $84 in the last 5 years. What happened to your stock analysis, bro? Huh? Now, this dude, right, spends his whole life making fun of people like Jeremy, like me, Kevin. This dude had to resort for the views to saying Tesla will be one of the will start falling and falling. He said Tesla's going to miss earnings, it's going to start falling and falling. Meanwhile, Tesla's been holding up stronger than anything out there in the market. He says Tesla is just a luxury car company. One of my best friends has a Tesla. He has a Model S. I can tell you from personal experience, being in a Tesla, driving the Tesla, he admitted himself he never drove a Tesla, but I drove the Model S. It is not just a car company. It's a technology company. That Tesla is something different. But besides that, Tesla has a whole bunch of other things going for them. Robotics, the energy, the batteries they're selling, a whole bunch of stuff they got going. I'm not invested into Tesla. But this bozo preaches all his BS stocks and bashes a company like Tesla. Obviously for views. Guys, I never come on here claiming to know anything. 10 years ago, this time, 10 years ago in 2012, I was locked up in jail for some bullshit. I never had nothing. I never had any kind of real money until so about 3-4 years ago. But around that time, while I was heavy in the streets, I had a job here and there. I was doing sales a lot of my life, and in the midst of that, I got introduced to the cash advance industry, where we provide unsecured loans to business owners. It wasn't until I got out in 2012 and actually started working for a company on Wall Street that I really cared about that I started taking it seriously. But I've had a job off and on since I was 16 years old. And after I started taking it seriously, because I just didn't want to get locked up anymore, I wanted to get off the streets because I actually cared about showing up to work the next day. I used to speak to 500 business owners a day. I got to understand how businesses work. I got to understand how important management is to a business. But when I'm on YouTube, I'm on here just telling you guys what I'm doing. I always tell you guys, don't follow me, right? And make your own decisions. But don't listen to anybody on YouTube. Don't listen to Jeremy. Definitely don't listen to this bozo that lost $60,000 on YouTube. But listen to your gut, right? Listen to what you feel is best for you. And never be scared to take a risk if you can afford it. If that's what you feel like doing, don't let anybody, especially not bozos like this, scare you and tell you that his way is best and other people are bozos for taking a chance and wanting more for themselves, wanting more for their family, because we only have one life here. And if you're going to be scared to death to really invest, don't call yourself an investor. This guy's been putting 30 grand into the market for 14 years. He's supposed to have 420 grand, not 360 grand. I've been in this market for 2 years. I've been in this market 2 years. I took my portfolio up to $2 million and I didn't sell. And I took a heavy loss on top of that. But as we go, we learn. But I'm still out here smiling, talking to you guys, because I want to do it again and again and again. You learn from every experience that you have, but without real experiences, you will always be scared like this dude. Terrified. Spent all that time in school and this, got a CPA, and doing nothing with it. Starving. Has to resort to now charging you people for a Patreon that he claims for months and months that was the worst thing in the world. Pay attention to your circle. Pay attention who you listen to. And don't just listen to me or anybody out there on these streets. But a person like this, I promise you guys, I will show you a picture of his disgusting wife that condones this BS. All right, let's see if I still have it here. I might actually print a picture of her disgusting cow face, blow it up, and just frame it. Put it in the background over there. Hit the like button if you guys want me to do that. Look at this. Where's this disgusting creature that we have here? Guys, if you're still here with me, I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Those of you that really rock with me, I appreciate you guys, man. We're all in this together. Like I said, I could only share with you guys what I'm doing and how I feel about these companies. Look at this. What is that? That's what he's married to. That's what he brought on. That's what he brought onto his YouTube channel to make fun of Jeremy. Look at her. My goodness. That's how starving he is. He thought bringing this ugly cow on his channel would make people like him more. He has a wife. He's actually married. Somebody actually likes him. Brought this disgusting creature on to make fun of a multi-millionaire that's trying to help people make some money. We guys could all agree that Jeremy doesn't want people to lose money, right? Because he talks about stocks that he has, right? He has good intentions, right? Now what the market does, nobody's in control of. But this bozo is intentionally trying to scare people to not invest their money, to not take a risk. Because we're in a huge bear market where if you have cash right now, you're literally a king. Where all you should be doing is putting into all these growth companies that are severely, utterly undervalued because of market conditions. But because he doesn't have the heart to do so himself, he gets on here and tries his best to scare people from ever doing that. And now, the real hypocrite has been exposed. You guys want to watch the rest of this bozo? I'm so disgusted. This is what, the longest video I ever made? Look at this. Look at this.
People buy my book.
Super chat. People buy my book.
You know, get a free stock on Robinhood.
Free stock on Robinhood.
2 stocks. Wow. You know.
People buy my $8 book. People buy my, I guess, free stocks on Robinhood.
Attendees there.
Attendees.
But yes, of course I want to make money. But the difference between making money and not screwing people.
What's the difference?
And ripping people off massively is huge. Okay? If you're charging thousands of dollars for something you're not qualified in, you are a grifter. If you are highly qualified in a subject, which I am, sorry to break your heart. I know a lot of you are mad, but I actually am highly qualified in accounting. If you're highly...
You're qualified to do what? If people wanted to learn accounting, they'll take a course. But what are you qualified to do? Definitely not show people how to make money, right? 60 grand you lost in 14 years? My goodness.
Qualified and you charge people for a legitimate service, there's nothing grifty about that, okay? And to think
if you're starving and you start charging people, it's not...
Wow. Can you believe that? Yeah. I got a wife. I got 2 kids. Well, I'm about to have 2 kids. I got bit.
I could understand. You gotta feed that. If I had to feed that, I might just make a Patreon. If I had to feed that, I might need to make a Patreon myself. Listen, I can't listen to this bozo no more. I'm out of here, guys. Salute.